Alright, the Reds, it's the post-match pint, and it's the post-match pint from Jurgen's on the Strand in Liverpool. Very fucking rowdy compared, considering that we've just got beat. I don't know what these were all doing, but I wish I'll have some of it. Anyway, there's no getting, obviously, because there's nothing to fucking get in about. We got beat, and we got beat because, well, a number of reasons, I would say. The ref was shit, we were shit, we didn't take our chances, we did have a couple. But Neil, the records will show that we don't have a shot on target, but that's not the full. We've got two good chances there, haven't we? Mo's header and Jordan's chance.
Yeah, I think Jordan can do a little bit better. I think it comes at him at a mad angle. I think Mo's header, and the both, if you watch the way they flash past the post, there's another version of this, and Andy will talk about it, where if you go that far, they go past the post, the other side of the post, their keeper saves it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So you've got to get this stuff right in the corner, I think, so therefore they look like, well, they've missed them, but as I say, if they'd have got two on target, the other side, the same distance, we'd be talking about two good saves from the goalkeeper, but not great saves. For me, listen, I think that they got their early goal, that made their mind up. You see that they start conserving from 10 minutes, to be honest with you, and say, we're just going to get out with this and see if we can hit you on the break. It's frustrating, but it could have been worse. There was a couple of moments late in the game. It was a bit floppy from Liverpool, I thought. They began to lose the shape a little bit. They lost the discipline, I think, a little bit. They weren't quite sure. Listen, I think that we've just got to say, all right, Sam, we've got a game at Anfield where if we win it 3-1, we go through. And that's what it's all about now for me, and I can't wait for that game at Anfield. Say what you want, I am now absolutely psyched about the 11th of March. It's the biggest night of my life, and that's the way to be about it, isn't it, Andy? I mean, look, disappointing tonight. I'm sure everyone's sort of going off about it because people do, because we've been on a long winning run. I didn't even know what to say at the start there. I'm just used to saying, get in. The Reds are boss.
Every fucking week because the Reds are boss. And then tonight, the Reds weren't boss. I mean, and we've got to take some responsibility, or Liverpool have, for the results. I mean, lots of people are having a go at the ref, me included. The knobhead couldn't even get out the way of the ball half the time, never mind the decisions he was given. But Liverpool, at times, rushed things, took shots at the wrong time, made the wrong decisions, and when you look back at it already now, it's only been a few minutes, but already you're saying, I'm not sure I can pick out loads of top performers on the night who were wearing the Liverpool shirt.
No, that's right, we were just a little touch off it, but then even though we're not particularly at it, we've still had a couple of opportunities. There's the Mo Salah shot where it's the defender and goes over the bar that we win the corner from. Even their goal, looking back, the corner that they win, it's a left-footed clearance from Van Dijk and it hits the ground, spins out for a corner. Goes out, and it literally slides past the corner flag. It could go up for a throw-in, no goal. They got exactly. If you would have asked Atletico Madrid what's a perfect start, it would have been a corner, a goal in the first 5, something to hang on to. And listen, you're playing a side that are absolutely schooled in the art of being shit on. And I admire that in a way, and it's frustrating when it happens to you. But we put performances in like Europe years ago under Rafa Benitez, and we've been made up, and that's fine. But as you said, we've not played particularly well. 1-0 maybe flatters them a little bit, given the opportunity and the possession. They've got away with a couple. We've lacked discipline, a couple of players not on it. I think the subs didn't really work out, if I'm fair.
Yeah.
In theory, we might have done, but they just didn't work. Rhythm was off, touch was off, everything to play for at Anfield, and I'm like Neil, they're going to come into a cauldron now, and I can't wait for it.
There's a couple of things for me on it, Gareth, what they do really well. They really close us down well from behind the ball. So the good number of times they just come back in, disrupt our lads, nick it. Even if they don't nick it, they disrupt them enough to put them off from the pass. Yeah. They were really clever the way they ran the other side of our boys, so our boys never really genuinely got away. And I think it's something for us to think about that. In that, I thought that at times Liverpool players could have used the body better, got in front of the ball, looked after it, and either got the free kick, at which point they would have begun to mount up, or could just have anticipated a little bit more. Listen, they're going to keep coming back at you. Even second half, they did it a lot first half. They got away with it a bit less second half, but even then at times get it in there. The other thing I think they do really well, and we've talked about it, listen, these are top players. Yeah. You're going right the way through and they block the passing lanes. They get 1-0 up and they just block the passing lanes, and you're left going, and you're watching it, and loads of people were talking about it, and I really can't wait to hear from the people in the ground. Loads of people were talking about it, we're all seeing our TV camera angle, but I know what blocking passing lanes looks like. It's just standing in that position where it doesn't like you're doing a great deal, but what you're saying is if you want to try and hit him...
You're not even engaging.
But what you're saying though is, if you want to hit him, it's got to be absolutely perfect, and if it's not, we'll nick it off you and we'll turn and go, and you just don't want to be 2-0 down to us. And I think that's what they do really, really well.
It's almost like a real tight, like a heart shape there, right there, that it was really hard to get to, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I totally take on board what you're saying, but equally I would say, well, maybe not equally, but there were times there when just for a moment they've let you in, they've switched off, and you know the Liverpool pass wasn't in front of the man, it was slightly behind the man.
Killing us, wasn't it? There was that one first half, I remember the really early example, when they got themselves into a position when Wijnaldum breaks into the box, and if it's in Wijnaldum's path, he is in bearing down on goal and can pick someone out, and the ball's just not quite right. And that set the tone for so many of them. If the ball's right, you're in, boys. And it doesn't have to be right, it doesn't even have to be right 8 times out of 10. If it's right 5 times out of 10, you create 3 really, really good chances, and it just wasn't right.
Is there an element with this now? Our away record in Europe, especially in group stages, hasn't been great.
No.
The hallmark of our season in the league for me has been our maturity and our calmness. And that just seems to be a little bit missing tonight. We seem to be doing our own exit a little bit to some degree. Even down to the chance where Oblak blasts it at Salah and his touch is too heavy. Firmino then steps over it and it's offside. But I mean, he had to do that. But we didn't seem to have the maturity that we've shown in the league. It seemed to get to us a little bit. Or maybe there's an element of also, alright, 1-0, we could twist.
Fucking wild, isn't it?
I know. We could
Bananas.
We could twist a little bit. It's 2-0. Or we're that supremely confident we back ourselves and only take a 1-0 back to Anfield and go, alright, sounds. Now for us, because I think more than in the Premier League in Europe, the referees are more affected by a home and away performance.
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming the referee for tonight, but he didn't really give us much. I don't think he was particularly good. I think there's a couple of decisions, a couple of bookings tonight. But if it was the other way round and this was at Anfield, we're not getting the bookings. They are. Prime example, Jurgen Klopp getting a booking, which he only spent 90 minutes outside of the technical area.
There were times there as well where I mean we've got to look for some positives because we're Liverpool fans and there were something to take, to be fair, not spin. There were times there was a little period, wasn't there, second half where we were saying, you know, they're on the rack a little bit here, you know, Liverpool were a little bit ragged, but equally Liverpool were causing them problems, and you kind of looked at that little period of playing and went, okay, let's take that to Anfield, plop it into Anfield, and they're going to, you know, their hearts are beaten tonight, their hearts are going to be beaten times 5, times 10 when we get them at Anfield, with our crowd, with our manager, etc, etc.
Yeah, I think they sustain themselves tonight through the fact that they're 1-0 up and through the fact that it's in their ground. I think that there's repeated examples of them, to me, just looking goosed. And I think that you talk...
And the manager's doing this
and getting the crowd going.
Yeah.
But there's something that we do when we talk about the time wasting or the breaking up play and we go, oh, this is gamesmanship in order to disrupt Liverpool's rhythm. It's also gamesmanship to get a breather.
Yeah.
It's almost also gamesmanship to say, right, let's get our shape back, settle, and go from there and just breathe in and out for a minute. And there'll be less of that at Anfield, and they'll still try and do it all, but I think there'll be less of it. Also, Liverpool will just be able to ratchet the tempo up that bit more. And for me, the other thing that's interesting about tonight is every time Liverpool does something a bit disruptive. So, for instance, Divock for the first 5 or 10 looks really dangerous. Then they get used to him. When Oxlade-Chamberlain comes on and Divock then goes central, there's a couple of minutes where it's like, fucking hell, this is about to work for us, this, and it stops working. I think Liverpool might have to think about doing stuff that maybe, just maybe, they're not going to see coming. 1 or 2 selections that they're going to find difficult to deal with, and doing that, repeatedly changing it during the game and unsettling them that way.
Do you know what I thought when Atletico were brilliant at? I think they're really good at it. Getting into shape from vulnerable positions.
Yeah.
So the amount of times in the league this year where we've got possession on the edge of our own box where teams been attacking and we've ribbon through them. I thought they were really smart. And I know they were deep anyway, but they did commit. There were situations where they had 5 and 6 men forward trying to get the second. We turned it over. And instead of chasing and herding after the ball, they've anticipated where we want to go with it and got back into position really quickly to give them credit.
Yeah, they were good. Look, they were good. There was lots of talk about that. They're not a good side anymore. I think they've shown on the night that they are. But this was our perspective. This is what we saw from watching it in Liverpool. We've got a big gang of Anfield rappers out in Madrid, and they're not answering our messages, I'm going to be honest with you. But we think there will be a video right here from them.
the wonder, it's crap losing for us.
It is. I forgot what it feels like.
Less of it I want.
Yeah, no more of this, Liverpool, please.
We'll have to take this one, we want no more. I mean, we're still in the time, we need to remember that. We get them back to Anfield. They celebrated like they were through at the end, and it might seem a bit premature, but we all wanted more from today. We wanted the better performance. We obviously wanted the better results. For one reason or another, we couldn't deliver that.
Exactly. Just being around the city, you could tell from the Atletico fans how big of a game this was for them, how big it was to have it, Liverpool the way they're going, to come here, and for them to beat us, we saw at the end of the scenes, and even within the game how big of a deal it was. And look, Liverpool didn't perform to the best. There were refereeing issues. There were the dark arts you expect from the Simeone team. At the end of the day, Liverpool didn't do enough, and I think everyone will know that. All the players will know that. The manager definitely knows that, and there's no reason to doubt them going back to Anfield to go and finish the job off.
That's right. Look, they took full advantage of a home crowd. As I say, the ref gave a few on the back of the shouting. Jürgen was frustrated, but we can turn all that around at Anfield, and it's everyone who's in there to make sure that Anfield's a cauldron and we can have another famous European night. It's over.
Nice one then to the Madrid crew there.
We got one!
The Madrid crew is me saying I don't know who was on that, but I'm sure it was Boss.
They were all great, they looked fantastic.
Yeah, they had a great time, they loved it in Madrid. Fair fucking play to them. So Neil, I mean, we're pulling out some positives now. I think we've been nice to Atletico. The ground was up, the manager did what the manager does. They did the shit house stuff. Liverpool then, what do Liverpool take out of that? Because we were doing the hot mic stuff tonight, which if you haven't seen that yet, we do our commentary, if you like, on the Liverpool games, the Liverpool away games, and it's going down well, and people are signing up, so look out for that next time. We advertise it all over Twitter, but people were commenting there saying like Liverpool are playing badly, like the mid-season break hasn't treated as well and stuff like that. I didn't really feel like that. I thought it wasn't that far away from being alright.
I think the big thing you take out of it is that they can't handle Andy Robertson. And if they can't handle Andy Robertson, they can't handle Trent Alexander-Arnold, who plays a little bit better. Yeah. The big thing, that's what I'd take, is that they were constantly having to work over. And when Robertson was able to play and able to get in, they couldn't live with him. Trent started badly, and then he had moments where he was absolutely terrific.
Well, that ball across the front.
Yeah, it was a belter.
When no one was there.
It was a belter. Listen, but I think the main thing for me is that if Andy Robbo can play like that again, we get 90 minutes out of Sadio Mane, and Shane can match it. But I think you've got them on both sides of the pitch, and they're not going to be able to live with that. That for me is my big takeaway, is that can really work for Liverpool. And then you've got to have a little think about where you want maybe Mo Salah. Do you want him to come narrow? Do you want Firmino to come out wide? What's your little clever move there? Is there going to be one? I think it's going to be a really 90-minute game at Anfield. I think that we're going to be able to be really patient, because I think they're going to try and pick their moments as well. But I'm absolutely certain, don't get me wrong, honestly, my big takeaway, my big positive is Anfield being a cauldron. Yeah. It's full-backs overwhelming them. It's that moment when we go 1-0 up and they go, oh fuck, we're in for it now. That's what I'm about.
On this, and I go back to the Barca documentary last year. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's on download it, watch it for free. Episode 7. And Barcelona are 3-0, won the home game 3-0, and it follows Barcelona's entire season. Even 2 days before the game, you got Sergio Busquets in his car going, but Anfield, we need to conquer that. The cathedral. Don't ever get, and I know there's a lot of mythology around Anfield, and people say,
rightly fucking so, lad.
Get bigging themselves up again. When you've got a team like Barcelona, we're better than Atletico Madrid, by the way, going, hang on, we need to.
And with a 3-0 fucking lead.
And with a 3-0 lead going, hang on. This isn't over. This isn't over.
No, I couldn't agree more, but also we can't be complacent about that. Like, what I want and what I'm looking forward to is we're all bouncing in. We're all bouncing in. Get out of work early.
We need to be at it.
Yeah.
That's the point to make. We need to be at it. We need to make our contribution now.
But also, I think you've got to look at, and we touched on it briefly before, the 1-0 up, they've done all right. They've kept Liverpool at bay, and Simeone stole, as Andy said, out of his massive technical area. Come on, because he's going, we need more than one. We need more than one to take to Anfield, because these bastards will turn this over.
Yeah, they'll back themselves though in a way that, for instance, there's a thing that Barcelona have got, is the stuff being Barcelona. We've got to play our football. Atletico Madrid will say, fuck this, 4-5-1, some gobshite up front, absolutely kill it. We haven't got to prove anything by any stretch of the imagination, or 4-4-1-1. And they'll have a plan for it, but my point is that you can have a plan. it's the old quote that everyone's got a plan to get punched in the face.
know what, though?
And we can fucking punch them in the face. And I think we punch them in the face once, we absolutely take them to the cleaners.
You know what though? I think it's a game where they can wind themselves up a little bit too much.
Yeah, I agree.
And you see a red card in the first 10-15. I remember Inter Milan coming to Anfield under Rafa Benitez and Materazzi gets sent after about 15.
Yeah.
Because you just couldn't handle it. Because we'd won away and they needed a result. I know it's a little bit different now, but they know one's not enough.
Yeah.
They know they've got to score at Anfield and they'll wire themselves up so much. I can see them making the decision, making a stupid decision, which cost them massively.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something like that.
On a different subject, I wanted to what you made of Mo Salah being pulled.
I'd love to see what the manager says. We're doing this before we've had any opportunity to hear what the manager says. For me, it's more striking because Sadio Mane has gone at half time. Like, I think if the idea that he had to do something in the front three when you get to that sort of stage of the game, as I said, was fine. Whether or not he's had some sort of sports science thing that Mo's had the weekend he's had, but the shift that he's done against Norwich, and he's just been told, you've got to look after this lad between Saturday and Tuesday. There's a point where he gets into the red, and therefore that's the point at which you take him off. That really wouldn't surprise me. He didn't look, to me, upset to be taken off Mo Salah. It didn't look like it had come as a big fucking shock. It was almost the idea is, if you play Saturday R5, and then you play Tuesday at 7:45, 8 o'clock, you're going to come off on 70. That's the rules. Like, we've agreed the rules, these are the rules, and you know why? Because I want you for the rest of the season, the rest of the campaign. So I wonder if it is as simple as the sports science is, you don't ask him to go into the red like that. And listen, I don't think he comes off, I'll say this, I don't think he comes off until that's the European Cup final. And I think that's your big takeaway. And Liverpool, and part of that is that Liverpool is still planning for that. And I'd be fascinated by that, to be honest with you. You know, even in that scenario, even the manager getting booked and running up and down and having a tantrum, which I'm perfectly all right with, by the way. But even there, it's still the idea that you do Mo Salah on 70. For me, that's what that is.
And Neil's made loads of good points there around that sub, and in general, Liverpool's performance. I think we've talked well enough about it in terms of it shouldn't need to be said, but we kind of know there's a lunatic fringe to everything. And there will be a lunatic fringe. I'm not even going to look, I'm not even going to mention the platforms. You know what they are. But you can't lose your shit when we're this good, can you? I mean, we could win the league on March the 7th.
I mean, we had a quick look when we were leaving from what the game's coming to here. Liverpool are still overwhelming favourites to progress. The bookies aren't bookies for you know, by chance.
Don't see a bookie and a Skoda, do you?
And you know what? I'm not being funny. I mean, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be absolutely fine. But the trade-off was the league for the Champions League, but I'll take that all day anyway. But let's be honest about it. But no, look, people like making a noise for the sake of making a noise, says me. But I mean, let's be honest about this. But no, I think we'll be absolutely fine. It's too late. And let's not forget, Jurgen Klopp has as much as Diego Simeone's never lost a knockout tie, has never lost a two-legged tie at
That's a home game at Atletico.
Home game,
okay.
yeah.
Jurgen Klopp has never lost.
Poor record away from home, though.
Jurgen Klopp has never lost a two-legged tie in European competition since he's been a Liverpool manager.
Yeah.
Proof's in the pudding.
Absolutely. Well, listen, this has been the post-match pint from the maddest Tuesday night in Liverpool. Get yourself down.
We're going to knock in a minute, we're going to really see what goes on next.
Get yourself down to Jurgen's if you want to go off on a Tuesday. It's fucking wild in here. Being serious. Thanks to them for letting us film in here. It is very much appreciated.
Oh, yeah.
The Reds have got beat. It's mad. It's not what we're used to, but we can turn it around because we've got Anfield, we've got Jurgen Klopp, and we've got this squad, and we've got you. Up the fucking Reds.